you're making out, you're probably having to film intimate scenes on set. Like, how does that even work? Like, is there someone who's like, okay, this is the makeout director and this is like the sex scene director, like intimate scenes coordinator? That's what it's called.
Intimacy coordinator. New. Yeah, that is new.
That's like within the last.
I don't know how long.
5 or 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's like really new. I didn't even have that on Hubie.
Well, I think I didn't have it on like shows where I had to make out with people, but it's more for like if you're doing something that's like
sexual,
nearly simulated sex.
But I thought that I still think it's new. I don't think it's like that old.
I've had like directors say like, oh, just you guys talk it over and do whatever's comfortable for like less intense stuff. Our stuff wasn't really that intense, and we obviously had worked out a connection before then to make sure that we both felt comfortable.
You guys really made out.
We've rehearsed this plenty of times.
They were like, can you guys try this? And we're like, yeah, fine, great, let's do it. Whatever you guys need, really.
And undressing, like, do you see it in the script? It's like, okay, we need you to show your butt cheeks here. Like, how does that work?
Have you ever had to do that?
Do you guys?
I have had to do that.
Do you have to fill out a form? Like, what are you willing to show? Are you willing to be shirtless on set?
Depends on the project.
Was your butt in Sex Appeal?
No, my butt was in the first team.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
You can't. It's hard to get access.
Has your butt gotten into any movies?
Has your butt gotten
so.
any movies? Huh? Young boy, has your butt made it to movies?
Back and look at my reel, I guess. I don't think so. Honestly, not my butt. Certainly not my butt.
Your face has made it into a couple things. I'm way more interested in your butt making it.
Dude. I've been shirtless? ? I've never been buttless.
I've never cut off my butt.
I'm not the biggest fan of sex scenes in movies. Just as a fan, I'm like, I'm not.
Just a fan of sex scenes in movies. I'm not a fan of sex.
There's a lot of people who are big fans of it. No, I'm just like, I don't. When I watch a movie, oftentimes I'm like, why did we need to show this? Like, and I'm not even like I'm not the cleanest human like in the world when it comes to stuff like like that. I usually don't care, but I'm like, can you help me explain what I meant there? That sounded weird.
I know, like our podcast is raunchy.
You guys cuss on your podcast.
Yeah, we're disgusting.
That's
we
crazy.
don't really pull punches. I think what you're just saying is that
like
sex scenes are kind of unnecessary.
It's not like it's not like it offends me. I'm just usually like, this feels lazy to me. It's like, dude, just show. Like, I watched it when I watched Maestro. The movie Bradley Cooper just did.
I haven't seen it.
Do you even know who Bradley Cooper is?
I do know who Bradley Cooper is.
I can't even have a conversation.
We live under a rock.
I'm sorry. We have 2 kids. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Is The Rock named Griffin? Yeah.
Okay. So he just wrote, directed, and starred in a movie called Maestro. Okay. They had the scene where he and the girl fall into the bed and they're kissing and whatever, and then it cuts to the morning after they're laying under the sheets and they have a conversation.
And the movie's rated R, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. So they're not like holding back. They could have done whatever they want, but it's like, yeah, I get what happened. I know that these 2 people had sex. I don't need to see it. I get it, So sometimes in movies, it's like, why can't we just cut to the next thing?
I think it does depend on the movie and the material. So like
sometimes it matters to whatever it is. Game of Thrones, I get that, right? It's like a power thing or whatever. It's like
super bad. It's supposed to be like something like that's awkward. It's funny. Or like, if there's some sort of element that it adds to the story. If it's just like a sex scene because that's what the movie needs to be to sell, then it's like, all right,
it's like, this is lazy. Like Jennifer Lawrence was fully naked in her last movie she did, the comedy.
That awkward moment? Awkward star?
That awkward moment was a Zac Efron movie from 2015.
That someone awkward. That's 3 words. I know.
Whatever it is, doesn't matter.
This is awkward.
This is all awkward. So she had to be fully naked, and it was hilarious. Like, what the bit was hilarious. So that moment, I'm like, yeah, that works. Like, what happened was really funny. But like he's saying, it's just sometimes you're like, do we need to do, or do you just want to watch people?
Like, I was trying to watch a movie with my family. Why is everyone naked now?
That's the worst, dude. When you're sitting there watching, naked now? I'm like watching a movie with my mom, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Did you watch Sex Appeal with your mom?
I did not watch it with. I think I did watch it with some member of my family. I don't remember, but yeah, I did try my best to avoid it. I didn't want to see. It's weird. Also, dating the person that you made out with on camera, because it's it feels very intimate to us.
I've never even thought about it this way. It's probably like if you and Mika watched it with your family, it's probably like you're showing them your sex
it's like, hey guys, check this out. We can do that right here.
You guys are sitting there. I remember you like that.
Her dad watched it and he was like, well, he's foreign. He's really funny. He's like, I thought
You guys did a great job.
Where is he from?
I don't know. Gentle land. He's a very gentle
Is that
giant.
accent?
He goes, there's some things.
He's from the
things.
Pooh Bear universe.
He talks. Yeah, it is Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear, literally. And
I was like, there's some things in there that I didn't need to see, but you guys did a good job.
Yeah, I'm curious because you guys started your careers as children. Your parents were very involved, your family, your grandma, like very involved. And then is there like a point where they're like, okay, well, it was like, I loved having you on Disney Channel, like, but now, like, did they call you up and like, please don't take that job? Or
I definitely, my grandma like has read some of the scripts and she's like, she's from the South. I guess I'm gonna do accents right
Yeah, just keep
now. She goes,
working on
I would prefer if you did not do that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna still go out for it, but yeah, it's definitely easier to watch the stuff we did back in the day than it is to watch some of the stuff that, I mean, we'll pretty much take anything that comes across our plate.
What was your grandma's take on your butt cheeks in that one video?
Did she see it?
I think she did see it.
That woman has seen your butt cheeks.
it's nothing
Yeah,
new.
nothing new.
Because you started living with her at what, like 18? So she's probably seen your butt cheeks all the time. No, do you know what's so weird?
She used to
for
draw me baths, you know. I'm working on my type.
She was a great artist.
Working on my
She's
comedy
drawing
set.
those baths. Anyway, so my mom. Let's go back to my butt cheeks.
She listens to our podcast. My grandma's been trying to listen to our podcast. I don't let her do it.
My mom actually, when she listens to our podcast, she says we cuss too much. She'll love this one.
Yeah,
She will, yeah,
send
because
her
you
the
guys,
link.
you guys haven't cussed once in this whole episode.
Trust me, I know.
Hey, if you're watching this
Listen.
right now, tell your mom to watch, along with Bradley and
Hey,
Jake's
you
moms.
tell your mom to watch this
No,
podcast.
yeah, someone at the splash pad said, my mom sent me your podcast this morning.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
our
I love that the
podcast or your
moms-
podcast?
It was actually ours.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
Nobody's,
Damn, all
no
right.
moms are sending our podcast over.
You don't know that.
Yeah, have you guys heard the Sid?
I love this.
You and
I
your
love this
kids
place
are
called the
gonna love
Splash
that.
Pad, though.
sorry, what were you saying about?
Oh, my
Yeah,
butt?
your mom and your butt.
My Mom and My Butt is my new podcast that's coming out. So my mom and I always read lines growing up together. Like I just always liked reading my lines with her. She was the one who really helped me all the
so
way through
cute.
acting, everything, just on any Disney show. And I think that I feel most comfortable reading my lines with her. And so sometimes when I have like a big audition, oftentimes it's like, if it's a comedy and I feel super comfortable with it and I know how to make it funny, I'm good to just kind of do it on my own. But sometimes I just really like to read it out loud before I put it on tape or if I go in for the audition. So I'll call my mom or like I'll go meet her and do it. And
You'll go meet her?
yeah.
Well,
Sometimes
she's
like
a
if I'm
sweet
going over
lady.
to
That's nice.
well, I live 25 minutes from my parents, so it's not like I'm flying to Indiana. If I had to fly
That's
to
true.
Indiana, I wouldn't fly to Indiana ever, actually.
Nah, he just doesn't like Indiana. Okay,
So-
I get it.
But as the material's gotten a little more uncomfortable, like it's so much weirder for my mom and I, where they're like, if there's
I want you.
it's
my
like stuff like
gosh.
that. Like I if it says that, I'm
yeah,
like,
no.
I'm not reading this with you. Like I can't. I'd rather lose out on this role than read these lines with you because it'll be things like that.
You could call me. I'm an actor. You know, I could probably help you out with
You could
something like
call
that. But no, it's all right.
Dude,
I
it's
want
like
you.
I read for something
want
the other
you.
I want
day.
you.
It was like it said something about like her line had to be about like how hot I looked and something like that. And she just said it and I was like, oh God.